Forgive me, pop culture. It has been 2 days since my last confession. Last night I went to the Milton Rocks fundraiser for the local hospital. I enjoyed David Usher. Well, I enjoyed David Usher playing Moist songs. Tee moist. When I got to the festivities at the Milton Fairgrounds, Fifi Dobson was playing. You may remember her from Dobson's Creek. I felt guilty when Fifi got all sentimental in between her hit. Bye bye relevancy. Fifi got all sentimental and mushy and was thanking the audience for supporting her this last few years. I haven't done anything to help Fifi Dobson's career along. She was talking about growing up mixed, of different heritages. And I wanted to relate, but I can't. My family is Scotch-Irish-English. I'm a McHonky, and apparently to Fifi that means, by comparison, my life has been relatively easy. She's right. I can't poke holes in Fifi Dobson's wisdom. It's too bright and wise. She's like Ben Kenobi, but a girl and dark. Sloan were the headliners, and I really like Sloan. I've liked Sloan since 1992. I bought their Smeared album on cassette. I'm so old. I'm so old I took my driver's license test on a dinosaur. I'm so old that I think email is a chick with a dick. While I do like Sloan, I've kept track of their careers, and I've noticed that they have a formula, a pattern to their albums. They usually have 3 great songs, and then the rest is filler. And I thought that because they were playing a benefit concert for the Milton Hospital, they only had a scheduled hour to play, they would just play the creme de la creme. But they didn't. They saved the cream for the last 3 songs. Money City Maniacs, Underwhelmed, Good in Every One. They opened with songs from their new album that nobody knew, so the crowd couldn't get into it. Instead of winning the crowd over earlier in the set, they saved all the popular songs for the end, which, from their point of view, I get it, you want to close big, but it was too little too late. Their performance left me underwhelmed. It's not a word. I looked it up. It's one of the skills that I learned in my school. The best performance of the night was Maestro Fresh Wes. He performed Let Your Backbone Slide, and sadly that was the only song that he played. He came out, he did that song, introduced Sloan, and he left. But while he was on stage, the whole place was moving, it was grooving, it was swaying side to side. Hockey moms, babies, meth heads, farmers, hipsters, jocks, and dweebs, all enjoying this aged hip-hop. For a few moments, we learned the true meaning of Christmas. The meaning of Christmas is shake your ass for all it's worth. It's only worth the shake you make. And then Sloan followed up with lukewarm meh. They were meh for all seasons. On the way home from the fairgrounds, my wife and I were coming up Woodward from Martin, and we saw a newer model Ford Mustang. It comes tires squealing around a corner, fishtail swerve, a few feet, bam, into a tree, totally demolishing the front end. Took the driver's side headlight assembly right off the car. There's fluid spilling everywhere. My wife and I walked past the wreckage and overheard the bruised-up driver crying to a SAP civilian that had stopped to see if they were still alive, to see how they were doing, and he was squawking about some bitch broke his heart or wonk, wonk, wonk. I wasn't stopping to see if he was all right. Jerk-off destroyed a perfectly good vehicle just because he let a woman gauge his self-worth. Jackass doesn't deserve a vehicle. He should be at home, sedated. The second you let the member of the opposite sex decide your amount of joy to be had in this world, you're already finished. I hope that moron dies of internal bleeding on his mother's birthday. His family should suffer that for bringing forth such a fragile specimen to the world. There's been a rash of alien invasion movies in the past year and a half. I've tried to watch as many as I could because I enjoy watching chaos and devastation. I'm a sick evil fuck. I know this. I accept that. I watched Battle of Los Angeles. I liked it more than Skyline or Monsters or I Am Number 4, which I couldn't even finish. I got 30 minutes into it and I couldn't care less about any of the characters, especially the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryan poster boy with his glowing hands. Wow, he must have been really useful at a rave. Do they still have raves? I don't know. A bunch of aliens show up. They want to kill the living Ken doll and Timothy Olyphant. This giant fucking Matt Dillon and something about Mary Choppers. Yikes. Oliphant's mouth does stunt work for Toby Keith. Looks like a box of chitlets trying to build a dam in his face. His mouth looks as real as the ecstasy of a hooker being paid by the moan. Skyline had the best trailer, and I think it's time that the Academy Awards got their shit together, stopped giving out so many superfluous awards, and recognized trailers. From now on, no best writing for a feature film, and adaptation for a film, and best screenplay written in Braille. Fuck that. There should be one screenwriter award, one sound award, one art direction award, and let's finally give an Oscar to best trailer. The trailer for Skyline gave me goosebumps and chills. I was excited to see the movie. The movie itself was a total wank for an hour and a half, but it was good to see Turk from Scrubs working again. I haven't been that disappointed by a film after loving the trailer since Dark City in 1998. At the end, when the two guys are flying through the air, shooting energy at each other, that could have only been gayer if Freddie Mercury jumped up out of the grave, slid his cock in their mouths, and then rainbow shot forth from his mustache. That's the only thing that could have made it gayer. None of these alien invasion movies can hold a candle to District 9. That movie was slicker than Jermaine Jackson's forehead.